driving labor retention and productivity with warehouse robotics. I have with me Stanislas Normand, who is Managing Director for the Americas of Exotec. Welcome, Stanislas.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Stanislas, can you tell us what are some of the key drivers of robotics automation in the warehouse today?
Yeah, so some of the key drivers and some of the key advantages we see for our clients relate to the capacity to automate their operations and also the way robotics work in the warehouse. So in terms of automation, it really drives their productivity up. It reduces the footprint of their systems, so it allows them to put more products in their warehouses, and it reduces employee labor difficulties by improving their overall conditions. In terms of robotics, the main advantages that we see versus traditional automation is the flexibility of the solution, the resilience of the solution with no single point of failures on the system, and also the capacity of the systems to ramp up and accompany clients' operations over their growth throughout their lifetime.
So when you say there's no single point of failure, can you explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, so robots are redundant assets in the system. And compared to traditional automation, which is built using a lot of conveyors and elevators, when you look at robots, all the mechanical and all the automation is built within the robot. And these robots are assembled at the factory, then delivered on site and injected into a system. So if, let's say, for instance, if a robot fails, it doesn't take the whole system down, and it doesn't create a single point of failure because the rest of the fleet will keep on working, and that robot can be taken out for maintenance.
Right. So as opposed to if a conveyor goes out, then the whole thing grinds to a halt.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. If you look at other types of traditional systems like shuttles or crane-based systems, there are some key elements like elevators or cranes. If they fail, they will take out a whole aisle of storage, which is not the case with robotic systems.
Right. Excellent. So tell me, what should a company consider in terms of labor before they embark on a robotic automation project?
Yeah, there are some key things to consider. At the moment, what we see is that there are some really very identifiable problems with labor, in particular labor shortages and employee retention. And these problems tend to, jump to the face of our customers. So it's pretty obvious to them why making the choice of automation, robotic automation, is the necessary one for their business to keep growing and serving their clients. So talking about labor shortage, we see it across the whole industry. We consider that most of the warehouses are 10 to 15% understaffed at the moment. And it's actually a problem that we see across also other industries such as hospitality and the service industry. So all these industries and warehouses at the center of it are competing for resources with their competitors. In terms of employee retention, really the advantage of a robotic solution is to reduce the difficulty of labor by robots being able to take all the heavy lifting. If you look at traditional manual operations, employees will push carts across aisles of storage for up to 10 miles a day. Now with robotics, all that is done by the robots, and operators just stay at a workstation where robots bring the product. So that's why we call that a goods-to-person system. And that really improves the daily conditions of the workers, and it really participates in improving employee retention for our customers.
That's really interesting. So you're saying that it's a way of solving a problem that's across many industries. But I know that having been a waitress myself, if the restaurant manager said, you know what, we're short-staffed tonight, we're going to bring in a few robots to fill in the gaps, I'm sure that a lot of people would be very uncomfortable. Maybe that's a bad analogy, but do you have challenges with existing staff being resistant to having this kind of automation project come in?
So it's actually a question that's really often asked, but it's not a challenge that our customers face once they implement the systems. There are multiple reasons for that. One is that it's an answer to labor shortage. So the first thing is that often they're not replacing employees; they're really providing a solution to fight that lack of labor. The second thing is that because it improves employee working conditions. If you look at our robots, they all have individual names, so employees know them by name. There's a real collaboration in the way that it works. And also for some of our clients, what it allows is to shift part of their workforce to tasks in their warehouse with more value added. Such as helping the packing of products, shipping of products, where they have more impact on their operations.
That's super. So how do you think implementation of robotic automation can help in the warehouse?
So it's really some of the key advantages are storage density by reducing the footprint. You also see some robotic systems such as ours that allow to use the whole volume in the warehouse by going up to 36 feet. In terms of storage, and robots can climb up to 36 feet. So storage density is really key. That's one advantage. The other one is throughput. It improves the productivity of the operators. So some of our clients typically today, before implementing our robotic solutions, they see, so in terms of pick per hour for their operators, meaning products that they can pick in an hour, they see performance of up to 100, 120 picks per hour, and that can go up to 400 or above with robotic systems. So it also improves at an operator level the individual performance of the operators while reducing the difficult working conditions.
Right, it sounds like it reduces injuries too, potentially.
It does reduce injuries a lot because due to the design of the systems, the robots operate in a fenced-off system, and so by removing the operators from that area of operation, of mechanical operation, you also remove them from the mechanical hazards that are related to operating machinery and
right.
such.
And they're not lifting heavy things and pushing
Yes,
carts for
as
10
well.
miles a day.
Yeah,
which I
definitely.
imagine
The
is
robots do all the heavy lifting.
literally. Yes.
Operators just take products one by one, and it's a much easier job for them.
That's great. So tell us a little bit about Exotec and what you do.
Yeah, so Exotec was founded in 2015. We're now a global company. Our three main markets are Europe, Japan, and North America. And Exotec designs, manufactures, and installs, and maintains robotic solutions to automate the warehouse. So our key product is called the Skypod system. It's based on fleets of 3D robots that drive on the floor and climb in the racks of the warehouse and bring the products to the operator. So we're currently developing strongly in the US market and in Canada, where we also have developed a network of integrators to improve our reach on the market.
Great, thank you. We've been talking about driving labor retention and productivity through warehouse robotics with Stanislas Normand from Exotec. Thank you for watching.